Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and yesterday I was talking about the price of Bitcoin in a video in the morning. I'm not going to play this just because it's a kind of exactly as predicted kind of video. It's just I want to remind myself of what I was talking about. Is that if we have a touch point there, this is the 4-hour time frame. We have actually got that kind of line of resistance there, haven't we? So that is probably why we rejected when we got to there last night. So we've got this downtrending trend line there, and then we've got this 200-week moving average here, squishing us into this area here. Now, of course, within this, we might get a little bit of relief up to there, back up to 70k. But if we don't break through that, we'll probably come down here again. Now, will we break out over the weekend and do something like that? That's quite possible as well. Okay, so what did actually happen here is we did break through that line of resistance there, that trend line. So what could happen here is something, like it could go up a bit and then it could come back here, retest and then go back up. Or of course it could just fake out and come back into the pattern. Now then, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, because I do try and put out stuff when I see stuff in the charts, So for example, I did this short here last night. Obviously when I say short, I mean like a YouTube short and not a short. Anyway, what I was talking about mostly here was the 21 and 55 EMAs, which is something I talk about all the time. Now, the most important ones for me are the green and yellow ones, that is the 55 and 21 EMA. When we see the yellow cross above the green, that's normally a very bullish sign and the price goes up. Okay. Now, here on the 1-hour time frame, early this morning, that didn't happen. They got really close and then the yellow one went nah, and it came down and the price went down quite a lot. Now, at the moment, it's looking more likely that they're going to cross. Now, the indicator I was using there was, of course, our Quadzilla indicator, which adds various things to the chart, including this momentum oscillator down here that is incredibly useful, and quite a lot of things up here, including these retracement levels and also these exponential moving averages. Now then, the exponential moving averages, the EMAs, are something that I do pay a lot of attention to. And you can see here that at 8 o'clock this morning, the yellow 21 EMA did indeed cross over the green 55 EMA, and consequently we had a little pump. Okay, now what's happening now is we are drawing in this retracement level here. This is round about 69,660, so it's very likely that the price will probably at some point come back to this level, go slightly below it and then go back up. So will that coincide with that trend line that I was looking at? Well, if we go back to the chart I was looking at initially, then, well, yeah, kind of. But yeah, coming back to this kind of level here does put it around that trend line, doesn't it? Now, what else have we got to think about? Well, of course, there's the CME gap, isn't there? The CME gap closed at 75.80 on Friday, which is pretty much where we are right now. So the CME might not be an issue. However, there is still this one here from last weekend, and this one was only partially filled. So there's still this area here for the price to go into. So what am I looking at today? Well, yet again, I go back to the 1-hour time frame, and I am looking for a continuation of this trend in motion that we have now to the upside. And the way I do that normally is I add in the 5 EMA, which you can do in Quadzilla just by doing that. That one isn't enabled by default, so you'll need to add that if you don't have that one there already. And then what you can see here is we've got this like lovely red, cyan, yellow, green, which is a trend in motion to the upside. That is a beautiful thing. Now, if I start seeing that red EMA coming towards the cyan, I will start to think that we're probably near a local top. And of course, what we need to see really to confirm this trend is a higher high. So we had a high there, and if we can get another higher high, then that might signify that we're actually properly in a recovery. If we get a lower high like that, then it might mean we're coming back down for some more downside, which is what we've been speaking about quite a bit. And yesterday, you'll see in my video, I'll link to it in the corner now, you'll see that, you know, some of my price targets are way below $50,000. What I sometimes do is move to the next highest time frame, for example, like the 2 hour, and I'll be looking out for another cross here of the yellow 21 EMA and the green 55 EMA, because at the moment this is still in a downtrend. So like I say, until I see a higher high, I'm going to be very cautious. Now I'm trading this in various different places, but I have actually gone back to my current old favourite, which is ByBit. If you want to trade on ByBit, please do use my link, savewithcrypto.org/ByBit, and you can get up to a $30,000 trading bonus when you make a deposit. So please do check that out. If you can't use ByBit in your jurisdiction, then Bitunix is also an amazing exchange as well. And with Bitunix, if you use our link, which is savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix, and if you deposit $100 in there, I will upgrade you to VIP 5, which means you pay hardly any fees. If you deposit $1,000 in there, I'll upgrade you to VIP 7, which means you pay almost zero fees. And also every Monday you get these free mystery boxes, and quite often that's money. For example, in January, I think I had at least $250 worth of free money from just being in VIP 7. So do check it out, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. Okay, so it looks like we are getting quite a nice push up here at the moment, which is great. I don't want it to go too much higher though, because that CME gap probably will fill at some point, which means if we go right up here, then it's going to pull back down here sometime next week maybe. I'm also wondering why I put that purple line there. It's normally a level I've seen on the monthly time frame. Oh yeah, of course, that was the April 2025 low. Okay, well that'll be interesting. I mean, maybe if we get up to there and we reject slightly, you know, we might form possibly some sort of inverse head and shoulders or cock and balls, whatever you call it, and then that could be a very bullish sign. So it's a bit tricky right now. It's looking much better than it was, but I am still wary of those lower levels. So don't rule out very low levels, but at the moment it's looking okay. That's what I think anyway. I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, do click subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it makes me happy, and it makes the channel work better, and ultimately the more successful the channel is, the more successful you'll be. And of course, give the video a great big fat like, and above all, tell your friends. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream.
Thank you.